Yeah.
It is happening.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, it's been a while that we were on live together for another coffee talk. If
Hmm.
you're watching, you might have seen us before. We did a bunch of these gatherings, and yeah, it's been a while. And coffee talks are just like get-togethers with us ladies, and it's not always the same ladies, but it's all ladies that co-create and work with Heather Nichols. And sometimes we have specific topics that we talk about. And this time we were like, we're quite undefined right now, so let's
Hmm.
just talk or not talk about being undefined. So yeah,
And
undefined.
I love what you said before, Elena. Like, this totally matches the energy of undefined for me. Like, when all the businesses, like every one of us that's creating together with Heather's business and with all of our businesses and with each other's business, like how every business sort of contributes to the other in a totally unlinear way. And like all the energy is contributing. I just love it so much. So, yeah, that's like very awesome. Hey, Anariana.
Hi.
Yay! You joined us.
Yes.
We just started to talk, so you didn't really miss much except for Eva talking about how all
I
the
know.
business
I actually was
together.
watching you. I was watching
Oh,
backstage. So
you
I
were
saw
my
everything.
hero.
I was in the VIP section.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
love
so
that.
happy that we are here again after a long time
Yeah,
and just chatting, having fun.
yeah.
Hmm.
And we're
And
talking
you
about
were
undefined.
talking about the clubhouse conversation. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. It was the first time I was talking in a clubhouse thingy. So, yeah, if there is someone that would like to listen to us, come join. Join Clubhouse.
Yeah.
It's a lot
Yeah,
of fun,
and
and I'm
everyone is
so proud of you
welcome.
guys for being
Oh,
so brave and getting up there and speaking today. It was awesome.
I'll just shut up. It's like the third time. I shut up.
Now you go. Please, Birgit, wait, may we give you the microphone?
Hello. No, just to add what you were talking about, actually, Elena and Eva, that about like that all the businesses contribute to each other. And I had a chat with someone the other day about how, like in the beginning, when I started to create with other people's businesses, I had this weird thing in my world of like, oh, but no, if I give too much attention over there, then my own business won't get enough, and then people won't know anymore like that I also be and do this and blah blah blah. Very light, as you might have noticed. And now that's so different. Like it's all one playground and it's all consciousness, and there isn't like my business or that business. Yeah, also that's also not true, because like, huh? Heather's business requires different things than my business, and it's different entities, but it's just all one creation and one contribution and one play field. And that makes it so much more relaxing, actually, and fun if it's not mine and yours and theirs and us and ooh yeah boo, boo, boo.
And you were the only one doing that.
Yeah.
Just the only one. I wasn't doing that at all. And it's so funny because contributing to other people's businesses, it gives me back so much because I learned a lot of things that I'm doing now, or I just found out that I can do a lot of stuff that I'm still amazed of all the things and the gifts and the capacities that I discovered. And then like discovering in another person's business something that you can do, then you can add to your business and contribute that to both businesses, and then what you can add to your life, and it just expands and creates more.
Cool. Yeah, and that makes me think of the coffee talk that we did the other day, way back when we were different, about like the bees, how they transfer to other places, you know? That's sort of what you're talking about right now. That you're in a business and you receive an energy or you play with something, and then like it also transfers to another place and it inspires there, and it like the out of linearity, all directions receiving contribution, etc. Wow. Yeah.
Hmm.
Here we go again. This beautiful space. Silence. So good. I'm missing that so much sometimes during the day, like when this reality seems to or believes that it has to fill space with a lot of words. Like having words being on all the time. I totally enjoy the silence sometimes we have when we go live or have coffee talks or meetings or whatever, just to be with the energy, and not that there is nothing going on, like the total opposite. Actually, there's so much going on, and just sort of bathing in this silence and this space is just so beautiful.
Yeah, and it's so funny because, oh, it's that thing, we are going live, so we have to talk. That's the purpose of it, and we are so different, and we are like, oh, we are going live, and we can just be there and look at each other and be present and receive, and at the same time have a trillion gazillion conversations energetically.
Yes.
Yeah, that's just what I wanted to say. It's not an uncomfortable silence. It's a silence where you can completely perceive a conversation. There's like so many conversations going on simultaneously, and it's not wrong, and it's like we tap into each other's worlds and we just ask and get answers, and it's just so comfortable. I mean, we can just sit here and look at one another for half an hour.
So, what do you think it is that makes people uncomfortable with silence?
I think with people that's not ready for space,
Mm.
you know, for having that hamster wheel. And we've been working through so much stuff, doing the work of access and coming to you where the person that you be, so you are comfortable in that. I mean, I love silence. It's just so expansive for me. So when we just sit here, it's just like, oh wow, this is so beautiful. Where with other people, they just has to be noise all the time, and that for me is a distraction,
Well,
because then
yeah,
you
but
don't
it's
listen
also
to
like
yourself.
it's also like how aware are we of other people being uncomfortable? Like how is that so much of this reality? How the whole world in a way functions? So that's what I also wonder. Like if we are, because I can totally perceive uncomfortableness even when we are being silent. And if I do not like be a question there, then it can feel like I am being uncomfortable. Yeah.
And
Because that is what we do. Sorry, Anna Maria. We are X-Men. We always blame ourselves. You go.
I just wanted to say that people get uncomfortable when it's silence because they hate themselves so much that they have to keep themselves busy with a, a lot of chatter and talking to other people and other people talking to them. That when it's that space and silence, it's like, oh, holy shit, now I have to be present with me. I hate me.
Hmm. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And I'm so grateful when I when I have people in my life that actually I can have that silence and that space, and they enjoy that also. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, and it also makes me wonder about, we had a conversation about this before, where where you're in this space after a huge class. So for instance, an access consciousness class, but also if you do not know access consciousness, like what is there for kind of training that you've done, or like personal development something, and then you change so much, and then after that it's like, who am I? And there can also be this space. And how often do we then go back to the past? Because we just want to know who we are, or, we want to have something to do. And then leaning into that, even when it's like, because I know for myself, sometimes there's space and I can lean into it. Yeah, 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 yeah. And then when I've decided it takes too long, that is the moment that I'm still invited to be present there and actually into it some more, instead of to be comfortable again, just doing something, or and not to exclude that, because sometimes it can just work to do something, but you get it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And it's so funny because you started talking about like after a class where you change so much. I now after a class that I changed so much, and this is something, let's say, normal, because it's like every week I'm in one, two, or three classes that change me so much. And today, this morning, I woke up, I was feeling super awesome. I I was like having fun with my body. I asked my body what would like to wear. I put makeup on and I was like looking good, feeling good. And then at some point during the day, my body started feeling sick, and I still have fever. I'm like so hot right now. I just want to go into the fridge.
I totally, like, we're X-Men, right? So we all can now see you in the fridge.
Yeah. I can see myself in the fridge right now. Or in the freezer. Something like that. Both. And it's that allowance, having allowance for yourself. Okay, I'm going through this change. I'm being different. It's so fucking uncomfortable. I want to go into the fridge, but I choose to be here. And what contribution can I be? What can we create? And I can take you into the fridge with me if you would like.
I'm already looking forward to the picture that you are gonna send us afterwards with your head in the freezer.
It's too bad that the freezer is kind of full. I'm not sure if my head goes there.
Yeah, and
And
it also reminds me of, because I've been to a 3-day body class, right, recently. Eva, you were also, and I wonder who else. And just as you were talking, Anna Maria, I realized that, wow, I wonder how much I have acknowledged that I'm different after this class. And how about like acknowledging more of that? Because I've been looking at some spaces that are actually not relevant anymore. I now, as we talk, I now start to realize that, like, oh, not cognitive, but there are some energetic things that I have been choosing that are not relevant anymore. So it's also the acknowledgement of everything is new. So now, what questions can I ask instead of just continuing with what I did? But is that still relevant? What is and what isn't? Hmm.
And I love that question, is it relevant? It's such a quick game changer. Instead of getting caught up in something, just asking, is it relevant? I love it so much. And I also noticed that I sort of switched into a different space with my body. and becoming aware when the difference between when I relax into my body and when I don't, when I tune into everything that I'm aware of, or when I sort of lean back and relax into my body, the the awareness I'm having or the space I'm having and the ease, it's so different. And it's so beautiful because there's also so much more knowing and trust involved, like sort of leaning back into a rocket chair
Hmm.
and total relaxation and just being with everything that I'm aware of and then just asking what's required or yeah, it's so different. I'm super grateful for that too. Yeah.
Thank you for that energy. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, anything else to add? Elena, maybe?
I think what's popping for me is that idea of being in our own space, especially after a class or a call where you don't even have a brain anymore. And this past year in particular, being unable to travel around the world for those classes, taking them from your home office or a space. And then you get up when the call is finished or the day of the class is finished, and you open your door and you go into your home, your family, whatever, wherever it is you're going. I'll use the word back to, even though we're not going back to it, but they haven't been on that journey necessarily with you. And your space is here, and the ability to hold that space rather than sliding down that slippery slope of, okay, let me just go back to what I was doing, where
Yeah.
the real gift of being undefined in those spaces is to carry that forward with you and invite that to everybody else who maybe didn't take that class with you.
Mm. That makes me so happy. Oh gosh, thank you for that.
Yeah.
And
So
also,
sometimes I take some time before I go back to the family and be in my space for 20 minutes and relaxing and being the space.
yeah,
I love that before, yeah. Then you pop in the television and the people and
yeah,
yeah,
that choice for you. Yeah,
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 Yeah.
staring at the wall for 20 minutes.
yeah, yeah. And we
Or
can also
even that
maybe
filling up that space. Sometimes I know for myself recently, and this is a work in progress for me, is sometimes after those classes or a call, like a Dane call, spaceship or space station Earth, whatever, those have been epic. And I get up and I almost don't even know what to do with the space. And when I go out into the world beyond my office, I find myself so numb to choices that I'll go into like rote memory and I'll go get a snack from the fridge where I haven't bothered being in question, like, does my body even want that salt or that sugar in that moment, right? I just go do it out of habit. So I love the idea of being so undefined that we don't even remember those habits that maybe were not a positive thing for us.
yeah, yeah, that's so cool. And that's why I also love this question of like, if this would be my first moment here on planet Earth, like, what would I be? Like, because sometimes we even ask questions that we used to ask, but if it's your very first moment, then it's like, would I even ask a question? What is a question? And if I ask a question, what question would that be? Like really that wonderment of everything. Like, what is this? Yeah, an exploration of something that you've never seen before, never been before. Mm.
And what you said, Alina, just reminded me of a few days ago when I was so spacey. And I was like, okay, now I'm gonna go get a coffee. So I went outside and I had different choices where I would like to go and get that coffee. And I went like I went towards one place, then I just changed my mind. So I went in another direction, then I totally changed my mind. So I went in totally another direction. And then again I changed my mind. And I was like, oh my gosh, if someone would have seen me now, like they would think I'm crazy. But I know I have so many choices that I'm choosing again and again, and I'm still not done with that. So I did not get coffee that day, but I ended up discovering a new beauty salon where I went to get my nails done.
Nice.
So I'm really grateful for that crazy, undefined,
Choice
weird moment.
choice creates awareness.
Yeah.
And then you go back to the saying of, yeah, 10-second increments. So you walk to the coffee shop, you're not in the mood for that anymore, different one. So for the next 10 seconds, cool. And then for the next 10 seconds and whatever. And so you carry on. And then eventually decided you don't desire coffee anymore. That's amazing. And it is like you say, if you were walking with somebody, for grabbing a coffee. And you had to tell that person, let's go there. No, 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 not here anymore. Let's go there. No, 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 not here anymore. Let's go there. It's like they would totally ditch you by the second coffee shop and tell you to go by yourself.
Well, actually, my friends are all used to this because I actually am also fucking crazy like this. They're all used to it.
Exactly. Yeah, kind of same here. And if it's someone new, it's like they're kind of weirded out, like, what? It's going on. And then I'm like, okay, get used to that.
Or not.
And yeah, or not, it's never mind. But yeah, a lot of people know kind of that about me. And it's like, I remember when I was going out with a friend and we were talking, blah, blah, blah. And like she was still talking, and I saw something shiny, of course. And I just went in a completely other direction. And she was just talking, talking, and walking, walking. And then at some point, she finally realized that I'm not with her. And she was actually talking with another person from the street.
Hilarious. Oh.
Yeah. So,
So,
how much fun can we have being totally undefined and weird? And yeah, us.
And I love how your body actually showed you like the way. If we let our bodies show us the way, like it probably showed you, oh, hey, I actually don't desire coffee today. And from all the detours, I show you something different because I would like to get my nails done. So I show you the beauty shop or the spa thingy where you went for your nails. And I just love if we allow ourselves to follow the energy and follow our bodies sort of and let them lead the way, what they show us and where they take us. And especially in cities I don't know, asking my body to show me around or what would be fun for it and all the adventures we can have, it's just so cool.
Yeah, and thank you for saying that because I was asking my body. Actually, I got my eyebrows done too in the same salon, and I was asking for a few months, I think, for someone that would be nurturing for my body and that my body would like to go to, because it was just torture for me, completely torture. I was like, I hate it. And then I went to that lady, and oh my fucking God, it was not torture, wasn't painful. It was relaxing and receiving and so nurturing for my body. And then for the nails also, I I was staying in a massage chair, so I received a massage while getting my nails done. How does it get even better than that? And I'm so grateful for my body for that. For going to 3 coffee shops, and after the third coffee shop I was like, I'm gonna go and get something sweet, a cake. And on the way there I got over that idea, and I saw the beauty salon and went there. So yeah.
Ah, thank you, ladies, for
Thank
finally
you.
catching up of this coffee talk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
we will soon be doing another one, right? Let's see what pops. And for now, I love that question that you asked, Anna Maria, to give everyone that is watching this, like, how undefined can you be today? If you did not
Mm.
know who you were, what would you be? What would you choose? And how uncomfortable, as Leilani said, are you willing to be? Uh,
Mm.
Thank you. And see you
Thank
next
you,
time.
ladies.
Thank you,
Thank
ladies.
you. And
Thank
thanks
you.
everyone for watching now and in the future.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.